G'day guys, my name is Jaden, welcome back to my channel, or should I say aloha, because I'm in Hawaii. So we're at Honolulu Airport. Today we're going to fly Qantas Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner in economy class from here back to Sydney, Australia. Now without further ado, let's head inside and check in. Oh, and I forgot to mention, today we'll try two lounges, both are one world. So Qantas has their own, and also we'll use the Admirals / Japan Airlines lounge. So this airport is named after Daniel Ken Inoue, a former United States politician and senator. He was the first US representative for Hawaii, serving from 1959 to 1963. Earlier today, my friend and I flew Southwest Airlines from Kahului to Honolulu. The Southwest and Qantas were on two separate tickets, so after landing on that Southwest flight, we had to collect bags and recheck in with Qantas. Although we're flying in the main cabin or economy class, I got priority check-in today thanks to my Qantas Platinum status. Recently, Qantas has started boarding group numbers. On Qantas international and domestic flights, Platinum members are Group 1. Once we checked in and dropped our bags, we headed through security. There's no immigration process when you exit the United States. It's the same in Canada and the UK. Once you've cleared security, you'll find the entrance for the combined JAL and AA lounge. The lounge isn't open yet, however, so we'll first head straight to the Qantas lounge, which is located outside at the garden. On the way to the Qantas lounge, I went outside to get some sunshine. It's a really beautiful place to hang around during your layover. So out here in the garden, you'll have the Korean Air and Qantas lounge, plus several credit card lounges. I visited the Korean Air lounge back in 2023. It was really tiny and underwhelming. Hopefully the Qantas lounge is better. So you'll find the entrance here, but you can't just open the door. There's a doorbell you need to press. A very friendly receptionist scanned my boarding pass and let me in. My first impression of this Qantas International Business Lounge in Honolulu, it's small with about 50 seatings or so, but still a lot bigger than the Korean Air lounge. The design language is quite unique, a lot of green and jade colours, not something Qantas usually goes for, but I must say I'm a big fan of it. It's a really old lounge, you can tell. Apparently it's the oldest Qantas lounge outside of Australia. In the morning they serve you hot buffet options. There was no scrambled eggs or fried eggs, but they got frittata. This lounge also offers a tiny self-serve bar featuring Australian wines and Italian Prosecco. There's even an instruction card teaching you how to make a perfect mimosa and Bloody Mary. So overall the lounge is giving me old money clubhouse vibe. It's not just the decor but also the placement of the TV and the low chairs. I feel like some people might not like this at all, but personally I don't mind it, I quite like it. Instead, my main complaint about this lounge would be the bathroom. First, there's no shower. I don't know the situation in the female room, but in the men's room there's only one cubicle. From Honolulu, Qantas offers up to 2 daily flights to Australia, so indeed it can get busy here with only 50 seats and 1 cubicle for men. For today in particular, there's only the Qantas flight to Sydney operated by a Dreamliner, there's no Melbourne flight today, and the Jetstar to Sydney or Melbourne left a few hours ago. Even then, the Qantas lounge got really busy towards the flight's departure time. So my friend and I, along with a few passengers actually, decided to move up to the Admirals Club / Japan Airlines Sakura lounge. The question I got for myself before coming in, is this lounge going to be more JAL or American? I got the answer the moment I got in. It's very JAL. I can't see any American elements. And furthermore, the front desk employees were all wearing Japan Airlines uniform, and they were ethnically Japanese, speaking with a Japanese accent. So this lounge is even bigger than the Qantas lounge, and you would expect that because they offer up to 5 to 6 daily flights from here to Japan, specifically to Narita, Haneda, Osaka Kansai and Nagoya. And don't forget, American Airlines also use this lounge. Now when it comes to alcohol here, it's not self-serve. They offer wines including sparkling, as well as draft beer and spirits. And here they definitely check my ID. Pretty sure in America, if you look under 30, they have to check your ID. In the UK, that magic number is 25. Now I'm just going to touch on the food quickly. They got Alfredo pasta and chicken curry. You just order it from the staff and they plate it for you. Before long, it's time to head to our boarding gate for our flight to Sydney, Australia. I left quite early since it's a long walk from the lounges, to the Qantas gate. I flew JL 767 earlier this year from Haneda to Hong Kong in business. Go check out that review. Gosh, it's a really busy gate. Our flight to Sydney is quite full. It's currently winter in Australia, so naturally people in Australia travel to places like Hawaii and Bali. Here's our aircraft today that'll bring us back to Australia. A 4.5-year-old Qantas Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner. Registration Victor Hotel, Zulu November Mike. Although the aircraft is approaching 5 years old, it was only delivered to Qantas 2 years ago. I'm guessing COVID-19 delayed the delivery. Qantas fly their 787 on ultra-long-haul routes, such as Auckland to New York and Perth to Paris. As a result, there are more premium seats and fewer economy seats. Qantas 787 has 42 business class, 28 premium economy, and 166 economy seats.
15 minutes. Sorry for the inconvenience and thank you for your patience. Mahalo.
Due to late inbound, boarding is slightly delayed. They're now boarding passengers in Group 1, so Platinum, Oneworld Emerald and Business Class. Thank you.
Mr. Wong, have a wonderful day.
Mahalo. Thank you.
Aloha. Thank you so much.
The night before this flight, I was actually checking the weather in Sydney. I'm quite glad that we're still going ahead. Due to rain and wind, Sydney Airport is down to 1 runway. Hello. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Wong. So we'll have you back with us.
Thank you. Welcome on board Qantas Dreamliner. This is business class in a 1-to-1 configuration. Premium Economy 232. Later this year, I would fly their Premium Economy from Sydney to Perth, onwards to Paris.
Hello everyone and welcome aboard Qantas flight QF 104 through to Sydney. Smoking, vaping and use of e-cigarettes is strictly prohibited. Would you ask you to leave your seatbelt unfastened at this time? If your laptop is not...
Here's economy class in a 333 configuration. I'm sat at the last row today, 59A. I was sat at a very similar seat earlier this year on Air Canada 787. I loved it a lot because down here you only get 2 seats, and despite the wall behind, you can still recline unrestricted. On every seat you'll find a pillow and a blanket as well as headphones inside the seat pocket. My window seat 59A is actually a middle seat technically. It's just that there's a seat missing behind 58A, and that's because the aircraft gets narrower towards the back. I'm now going to go through the seat features. You've got a touchscreen TV, HD resolution, and it's perfectly sized, not too big, not too small. A storage compartment underneath the TV. Only a handful of airlines have that in economy class. There's also a USB port inside. Tray table, you can move it back and forth and fold it in half. Down here, a seat pocket with 2 extra pouches for your personal items. This, people always forget. It's a netted footrest. Some people use it for their purse or handbag. Leg room, about 32 inches. It's more than what you get on Qantas A380 and A330. Not only passengers but also the cleaners forgot about the netted footrest. You'll find international power socket down here. I like how it's in front of you instead of underneath you. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, you can switch on reading light and mood lighting via the TV screen. So reading light is the one above you, the really bright one. The mood lighting is situated underneath the TV. It's a lot more subtle. I guess that's it for the seat feature. As you can see, it's a really good seat. There's lots of features. It's designed for people and long-haul flights. We've still got a while to go. I'm now going to quickly show you the infotainment. The TV is really good, responsive to my finger, and importantly, it's user-friendly. I don't know since when, but now you can connect your Bluetooth headphones or earphones to the TV in front of you, and that's fantastic. On the TV, they offer plenty of movies and TV shows. I would say the options are more than industry average. On the TV, you'll find a fork and knife icon. That's the in-flight menu for your cabin class. They're going to serve you 2 hot meals today, lunch after takeoff, about an hour and a half from now, and also a dinner before landing. During the flight, you can get some snacks and drinks from the self-serve bar in the back galley. For both dinner and lunch, they got chicken and beef as well as a vegetarian option. On Qantas International Economy class, they serve unlimited and complimentary alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages. I was holding my water bottle for no particular reason. A cabin crew saw it and he asked if I wanted a refill. I already did so in the Qantas lounge, so I said no thank you. And so far I really like the crew today. They take initiative and they are really attentive.
Today is the Customer Service Manager, Todd. On behalf of the entire team and Captain today, we'd like to welcome aboard Qantas Flight 104 through to Sydney. I'd also like to welcome back our Qantas One World frequent flyers and our Qantas Business Reward members. I'd also like to welcome our Qantas American Airlines One World frequent flyers and those that are travelling us from our codeshare partners. Please place your bags under the seats in front of you or safely in the overhead lockers. For seats and bulkheads with the exit row or a bulkhead today, all of your hand luggage must be indicted in the overhead lockers for takeoff and for landing. Laptops and other large items and devices must go in the overhead lockers for takeoff. Yeah, would you?
However, there was a situation job on board, and we need to determine with our company Medlink whether that passenger was able to fly. Unfortunately, that's not the case, and also that means, from a security point of view, we need to locate those persons' bags and have them taken off the aircraft as well. So hopefully, that's not going to take too long a period of time. The good news is we have a reasonably fast time interval of 9 hours and 30 minutes across to Sydney today. We are taxiing to take off to the east, so some lovely views of Waikiki on the left-hand side of the aircraft, and as we set course overhead in Caledonia and on into Sydney. If we got away on time, we were going to get in about half an hour early, so at this stage we're looking at probably about 15 to 20 minutes late into Sydney. Hopefully that's all the delay will be. The weather conditions in Sydney we've got quite strong winds with a very strong low pressure system going to be off the coast of Sydney for the next 2 to 3 days. The winds will be quite strong and some heavy rain forecast for the next 48 hours or so. Once we're underway though, we're expecting reasonably smooth flying conditions, so we'd invite you to enjoy the Qantas Inflight entertainment and service. Once again, welcome aboard.
Place, Litchfield National Park, just outside of Darwin. We all have a place that fills our heart and makes us feel safe. We'll keep you safe on this flight as we journey to the magic places of regular Aussies all around Australia and the world. Welcome to Qantas.
Fasten your seatbelt by inserting the clasp into the buckle and tighten by pulling the strap. Landing. You can undo your seatbelt by pressing the button or lifting the flap. Keep it done up low and tight during takeoff, landing, and whenever the seatbelt sign is on.
The crew will operate in an emergency. If you need to evacuate, leave all items behind. Slide.
After takeoff and looking over the beautiful Honolulu skyline and beaches, I tried to connect my AirPods to the Bluetooth on the TV. Unfortunately, it just wouldn't work for the flight. It did work on my flight over from Sydney though, so I guess I'm just going to use my portable Bluetooth adapter. You can purchase one via my affiliate link in the description down below. The customer service manager from business class just came down to my seat to say hello to me and thank me for my loyalty with Qantas. Because we were delayed leaving from Hawaii, he was checking to make sure I haven't got a connecting flight from Sydney, otherwise he was gonna arrange or try to contact someone to change my flight. I'm loving my seat so far. After takeoff, I put down my carry-on suitcase right next to my seat, so throughout the flight I could take out my laptop, my eye mask, headphones, whatever junk I need, without bothering people around me because, you know, opening and closing the bins, so annoying. Our cabin crew in the main cabin, or economy class, just started their service. So before lunch, it's a cocktail service. They offer a range of cold beverages and some savoury snacks to go with. I'm trying the Qantas Avro Gin Spritz. That replaced the Qantas Spritz, the pink beverage. Let's see if this holds up the standard. I must say, I think I actually prefer the new Gin Spritz. It tastes like regular gin and tonic with some lemonade. Very refreshing. My friend's watching his in-flight entertainment via his own iPad. He placed it on the cover of that storage compartment underneath the TV. It's a very good seat feature, isn't it?
I'd like to say sustainable, so we do ask to keep your water bottle with refill level. Go ahead and the arrivals cards have been handed out. Please do complete these. For this embarking customers must complete this form. One person per card per form. Come through that bar service now. We'll come through and collect that rubbish for you, and then followed by our main lunch service. On the top right-hand corner of your in-flight entertainment, you'll find a little knife and fork icon. Press this icon. That will give you the full details about our in-flight service and available meal options for you. Coming through shortly, that meal, special verification meal, which is our medical and friendliness meal requirements. My personal favourite. Meals of our chicken with rice and vegetables and our cream-based tomato pasta. Just sit back, relax, enjoy the in-flight service.
As per usual, the crew started the meal service at the very front of the economy class cabin. Because I'm seated at the very back, naturally I'm the last one to get served. The economy class supervisor just came to say hello to me, shook my hand, and he asked me for my meal preference, and then he served me first. So here it is. Notice something special? A meal tray in Qantas economy. Finally, it's been a decade. Qantas has been serving food without meal trays. For lunch, I went for the beef option, specifically braised beef with potato mash and seasonal vegetables. Your lunch comes with a warm bread roll and an Asian salad with edamame, capsicum and Thai dressing. You still get wooden utensils in Qantas economy, and paper cups for hot drinks, plastic cups for cold. In your cutlery pack, you'll also find salt and pepper sachets. So here's the first bite of the Asian salad. Very healthy. This is not your regular airplane bread roll, it's a garlic bread. Although not a lot of garlic, still pretty good. My friend went for the Hawaiian barbecue chicken with carrot, broccoli and jasmine rice. I had a bite without his consent when I was shooting this video. It was really good. Another good thing about Qantas economy is that when you ask for a bottle of wine or sparkling, they give you a whole tiny bottle. Although they're cheap wine, they're still quite expensive when you think about how many they give out and the fact that you can order a lot. My friend drank 3 bottles on today's flight. The crew just came back to the aisle to give out dessert. I wish we got some ice cream. We just got a melon lollipop. And again, after a few minutes, the crew came back to collect meal trays and offer another round of drinks. My friend went for his second bottle of wine, a South Australian Shiraz. His first bottle was a Western Australian Shiraz. They also offered hot drinks like coffee tea and hot chocolate, and a Tim Tam. I went for hot chocolate. The crew was being super nice, he gave me an extra marshmallow. Instead of Tim Tam Slam, I Tim Tam Donk. Hello, welcome to the lavatory. In the back galley, here's a quick tour. A pretty standard lavatory, you get hand soap, but Qantas don't give you lotion in economy. I think that'll be a good thing to offer in the future. 2 cut hooks, oh my gosh. So you'll find the economy class self-serve bar on the right hand side of the galley, right here. So they got extra bottles of water, some drinks and snacks. As you know, on Boeing 787 there's no window blinds. Instead, you get a button to dim the windows electronically. On today's flight to Sydney, the crew locked and controlled the window brightness. If you like airplanes and you like stickers, cute stickers, you'll like the catalogue at planesticker.com. Here are just some selections of the Qantas stickers you can get, and also one World Flyer. Use my code Jaden Wong to get 20% off, and all customers get free worldwide shipping. Believe it or not, I just had a nap, and I slept really well. I was watching hot scenes from White Lotus 3 and I still fell asleep. When I woke up, we only got 4.5 hours left, and I found a letter which the crew left for me. As a Qantas Platinum member, on flights without a lot of frequent flyers, you sometimes get things like this. Very nice touch, and this is why people are so loyal to Qantas. My mouth got itchy, I'm always hungry, so I went down to the galley to get some snacks. I grabbed an apple, a very beautiful looking one actually. At the same time, the crew were actually giving out water and cheese and crackers in the aisle. My friend told me throughout the flight they were giving out food and drinks. The June 2025 Qantas magazine definitely won my heart. I always enjoy reading Qantas, as well as Cathay and Malaysia Inflight magazines. Honestly interesting articles and good insights. Are you enjoying this video so far? If your answer is yes, please like, comment and share, and most importantly don't forget to hit the bell button so you get notified every time I upload. If your answer to my question is no, please also like, comment and share, subscribe and click the bell button so every week you remember you don't like my video.
Is it your first time meditating?
No, my mom, she's all into, spiritual stuff. Yeah, she just sent me here because she knows.
Another hour or so have passed. The crew are now playing with the mood lighting. They're gonna start the dinner service. Remember how during the lunch service, the supervisor came to me first to ask for my meal preference? He just did it again, but also to the couple in front of me, because during the lunch service, they ran out of options for the couple. It's nice to see that the crew went to those people first to make sure this time they get what they want. I really wanted to watch the sunset outside, but the windows are locked. As usual, my friend went for a glass of wine, this time a New South Wales Pinot Grigio. For dinner, I once again went for the beef option. My friend once again went for the chicken option. This is chicken with creamy mushroom sauce, broccoli and roasted potatoes. Mine was a braised Spanish paprika beef with olive, polenta and green beans. Once again, wooden utensils, garlic bread, and according to the menu, a dessert cake, but it tasted like yogurt. For drinks, I went for sparkling water. Both the beef and chicken at lunch and dinner hours were delicious. We were pleased. Tummies were satisfied. The crew just came back to the aisle to collect rubbish and also gave out another round of drinks. And this time we can finally see the sunset. They've unlocked the windows.
And as previously advised on the Grand Honolulu, the weather conditions in Sydney are quite inclement. Quite strong winds and rain. They are out of the west, so that means that the crosswind on the main 2 runways is exceeding the limit, so we need to land into the west, and unfortunately that brings it down to just 1 runway. So as a consequence of that, there's quite significant holding for lots of aircraft, and they've given us 50 minutes worth of holding. We're about to enter a left-hand holding pattern very shortly, halfway down our descent, and they've given us a landing time of 20 minutes past 7, so we'll be on the gate at 25 minutes past 7. If you'd like to adjust your watches, that time now is just coming up to 12 minutes past 6 p.m. unfortunately on box there at 7:25 p.m. We'll keep you updated during that 50 minutes of holding. And thanks for your patience. Cheers.
There are quite a few connecting passengers onto Qantas domestic flights on this flight from Honolulu. Both the customer service manager and supervisor are now walking around with their iPads to talk to people with connecting flights to either reassure them or say, bad news, you missed your flight. My friend's actually connecting to Melbourne. Fortunately, he did book a later flight to Melbourne. He was going to have 4 hours in Sydney, now he's going to have 2.
There's one other thing to see in front of you. For seats at a bulkhead or in the exit room, or bags to be placed in serious lockers. Make sure you're in your allocated seats with your seatbelt or attached belt firmly fastened, and your seatbelt.
As we're enduring this roller coaster ride and descent into Sydney's Kingsford Smith Airport, I'm going to quickly conclude this trip report with Qantas today right here, right now. Our journey today started at the check-in at Honolulu Terminal 2. A very friendly Asiana uniformed staff checked me in. He was super polite. He also told me where the Qantas lounge is located because it's my first time going there. I wouldn't bother going to the airport early unless you like mimosa and Bloody Mary. We were delayed departing from Honolulu due to the weather in Sydney and also a sick passenger. At the end of the day, I'm just glad we made it to Sydney, safe and sound without go around. Service today was amazing, above and beyond. Food portion and quality was good. The seat was really comfortable, great recline, lots of features, but my seats were dirty both ways, Sydney to Honolulu and back. It was actually a lot worse on the way out. Qantas is lucky I didn't take a video on that flight. And overall, I enjoyed my Qantas flight today. Thanks for watching, enjoy the approach and landing into Sydney's Kingsford Smith, and I'll see you later.
Country. The local time here is approaching 7:15 in the evening. Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt sign has been turned off. Take care when opening the overhead lockers, as your baggage may have moved and could fall out. Before leaving, ensure you check your seat and seat pocket for any personal items. Smoking, vaping and the use of e-cigarettes is not permitted whilst disembarking or throughout the terminal building. On behalf of all of us here at Qantas and One World, thank you for choosing to fly with us. If you're visiting Sydney, we hope you enjoy your stay. And of course, for those returning, welcome home.
Thank you. Due to the longer trip report today, there's no vlog. Apologies, but I promise there'll be one next week. Once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye!